Today on Bloodbath and Beyond, we watch Spirit Camp. I've got spirit. How about you?
This movie's about a group of cheerleaders that attend a spirit camp to enhance their cheerleading skills for the upcoming competition when a massacre ensues.
We have Kerry Beyer, who was Bobby in this movie, who was the gas attendant, acting. He directed, he wrote, he produced, he edited, cut, and scored this movie. This guy did everything.
He did a good job.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
What'd you guys like about this movie?
I like that this movie had beautiful women in it.
And titties in the first 10 seconds of the movie.
We had boobies and a death scene right off the bat. Their cast choices. I want to see more movies with all of these actresses in them. I already love Julin.
We actually saw Julin and Roxy Vandiver in Sweatshop.
And now that we've seen this, Julin is still up at the top, and now we got this Megan Moser. I want you to be in more movies.
I liked the Halloween references that they had in this movie. Some of the jokes were pretty good. Some of the characters just had some quality lines.
What was that?
Oh, that's my new move. I call it the roller coaster.
I really liked that this movie had really nice character development.
I liked how they stereotyped. I thought it was pretty funny. Even the sheriff. He's perverted, but he still does his job.
You know how many sheriffs are taking this to heart right now? They're we don't go around sniffing girls' panties and keeping them in our glove box.
It's evidence.
My pocket is the panty evidence drawer.
Yeah.
Also, I need to smell it just in case there's clues. We saw 2 sets of boobs and some tasteful side boob.
These girls were really hot, and I liked looking at them on screen.
All these chicks were banging.
Yeah.
Bangarang.
Normally, we would each list our favorite kills. But in this movie, all the kills were off screen.
Essentially, all we're seeing is either a knife in the head or a slash on the chest.
The aftermath of the blood, not bad.
They were well done, though. I enjoyed all the deaths.
Story-wise, everyone died off screen awesomely and well planned out.
How about we talk about what we didn't like?
The one thing that made me mad in this movie was the untold plot holes. We never really established why Nikki was scared to walk across that bridge. We could assume vertigo, but they never explained why. And they built it up as though there was going to be something.
Yes. And there are tons of times where she was running away from different things where she should have run across a bridge but just did not.
So this is the one plot hole that really bugged me. And it's a spoiler alert here. And that's Bobby ends up being the serial killer, and we have no explanation as to why he's killing everyone.
You just wanted to tie me up and fuck me. All you had to do was ask.
Ted the Butcher, was that his name? He shows up in a gas uniform that says Bob on the name tag, so we're starting to think that it's Bobby, but it ends up being Bob. Is there a relation? I don't know.
I don't like movies that are nicely wrapped up. They give you all the nice details. I like when there's some open-endedness.
You need some kind of closure for a slasher, especially if you're going to try and continue it. Just tell us why they may have been. Just give us a hint.
A hint?
I disliked the off-screen kills, which were every single kill. I really, really disliked when Lindsay had a shotgun, held it to Brett's face.
Relax. It's not even loaded.
The transition sound was a shotgun going off.
Oh,
and we're like,
yeah.
Was he dead?
Next scene, back in the cabin, he's knitting away.
Carrie, why did you do that? I don't know if that was supposed to be funny, but it was really confusing.
What I didn't like about this movie is all the foreshadowing to all the deaths. The first 20 minutes were a lot of mentionings of weird things that you knew people were going to get killed by.
There's abandoned mining equipment and explosives that could be dangerous. They're supposed to have all that stuff cleared away, but you never know.
Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings.
This movie had potential. In the first 2 minutes, we saw boobs and we saw a decent death. They had some solid character development throughout the movie, but almost too much. What I thought was going to be a fantastic slasher, it turned out to be a drawn-out whodunit. I'm cool with whodunits, but when you're not getting on-screen deaths and you're not closing any of the plot holes, then there's a lot missing from a movie. The third act was a write-off. So I'm giving this 2 knitted cheerleader outfits out of 5.
Alright, so I'll agree. This movie did have a lot of potential. It started out quick, which I loved. It was immediately, they weren't dilly-dallying. It was just murder, done, 2 years later, get into it. My biggest dislike about this movie was that there actually was a rape scene. It was just, I don't know, I don't like that in any movie. That immediately makes me not like the movie that much anymore. But I enjoyed the whole killings, and I enjoyed that there's a mystery behind the killer and why he actually was the killer. And with that said, I'm going to give this 2.5 pink dildos out of 5.
This movie really dropped the ball. It had so much potential, and the plot holes really, really hurt this movie. So much was unexplained that it took away from the film, and a lot of the off-screen deaths really took you out of it. The only thing that really saved it was the fact that the cast was very good looking. So I'm going to give this movie 2 roasting marshmallow seduction tactics out of 5.
So that's what we thought about the movie. Let us know what you feel in the comments below. If you like this review, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and holler at us with recommendations for movies to watch and review.